The Shadows of the Empire. The film kicks off with a grim reality check. The Galactic Empire might be shattered, but it is far from dead. Rogue warlords are hiding in the darkest corners of the galaxy, plotting a massive comeback, while the fragile New Republic scrambles to keep the peace. Out in the lawless Outer Rim, our favourite duo, the Mandalorian and his tiny, force-wielding sidekick Grogu, are making a living hunting down these exact Imperial remnants. We cut to a secret gathering of Imperial loyalists. Tensions are boiling over as their mysterious leader demands higher tributes, sparking outrage among the already struggling men. When one brave soul speaks up, he is executed on the spot. But their ruthless meeting is suddenly cut short. An invisible infiltrator breaches the perimeter, silently taking out guards one by one. Panic sets in, and the leader scrambles for an escape shuttle. The relentless assassin tears through the snowy landscape, hijacks a vehicle, slaughters the crew, and blasts the leader's getaway ship right out of the sky. A lucrative new target. Back at the Republic base, Mando casually reports a successful kill. However, his handlers are furious. They needed that warlord alive for interrogation to uncover the Empire's grand scheme. Undeterred, Mando demands his pay. Instead of standard credits, the Republic gifts him a state-of-the-art aircraft, an advance payment for a highly sensitive new gig. His next target? A ghost known only as Commander Coin. No one knows what he looks like, and half the galaxy thinks he's already dead. To find him, Mando is instructed to visit the Hutts at a place called El Huda. The Hutts are desperate because their nephew, Rada, has been kidnapped, and rescuing him is the only ticket to tracking down Coin. Welcome to Shikari. Taking his new ride for a spin, Mando quickly realizes he has a tail. After identifying himself as the Razor Crest, he's cleared to land at the Hutt stronghold. He walks into the tense room, cautioning everyone that danger is lurking everywhere. The Hutts hand over a holographic image of their missing nephew and point Mando toward a brutal, unforgiving planet, Shikari. The Republic gives him one final warning before he jumps into hyperspace. He is entering a jurisdiction dead zone. If things go south, there will be no backup. Mando simply nods. He knows the drill. Touching down on Shikari, Mando tries to grease the palms of a local merchant for info on the Hutts. The terrified vendor refuses to speak until Mando drops a heavy bag of coins and mentions Rada by name. The merchant bursts into laughter, revealing that Rada isn't exactly a hostage. He's a terrifying gladiator treated like a beast. Mando and Grogu track him down to a brutal fighting arena, watching Rada obliterate his opponent to the roar of a bloodthirsty crowd. Sneaking into the holding cells later, Mando tells the Hutt he is breaking him out, but Rada refuses. He explains that he is bound by a debt to a local kingpin named Lord Janu, and tomorrow is his final match. If he survives, he walks away a free man. The rigged game. Mando isn't about to wait around. He kicks his way into Lord Janu's heavily guarded compound, taking down anyone who gets in his way until he is face to face with the boss. Mando slams money on the table, offering to buy out Rada's contract. Janu just laughs. He reveals a sickening twist. Tomorrow's match isn't a fight for freedom, it's an execution. Rada is meant to die in the sand. Janu even cockily invites Mando to step into the arena himself. Declining the invitation, Mando comes up with a stealthier plan. He sends little Grogu through the vents of the prison to unlock Rada's cell from the inside. But the moment the door clicks open, a trap is sprung. Thick knockout gas floods the room and Mando instantly blacks out. He wakes up to the deafening sound of a cheering crowd. He's in the arena and Rada is charging right at him. Despite Mando's pleas to stop, the Hutt attacks. An intense brawl ensues, but when Mando finally gets the upper hand, he refuses to land the killing blow. Looking up at Janu's VIP box, Mando officially surrenders, demanding Rada be freed. Janu, proving he has no honour, voids the deal entirely and orders his executioners into the pit to slaughter them both. The grand escape and a massive reveal. Realising they've been played, Mando and Rada join forces. They unleash absolute havoc, smashing through the arena's protective barriers and spilling the deadly combatants directly into the panicked audience. In the absolute madness, they manage to break out. Rada finds a speeder and tries to ditch Mando, but our bounty hunter and Grogu are relentless, quickly running him down and dragging him onto their ship. Still terrified, Rada begs to be let go, convinced his own family will kill him if he returns. But Mando needs his end of the bargain, the location of Commander Coin. Looking defeated, Rada drops a massive bombshell. The man they are looking for? It's Lord Janu. Janu is Commander Coin. Armed with the truth, Mando spins the ship around and launches a one-man siege on Janu's compound. He tears through the guards with ruthless efficiency and takes Janu alive. But the getaway is anything but smooth. A swarm of enemy fighters gives chase. Mando tosses Grogu into the co-pilot seat to help, but the trigger-happy toddler just starts wildly firing missiles in every direction. Despite the chaos, Mando's elite piloting skills shine, and he blasts the pursuers out of the sky. Betrayal at the base. Mando delivers Janu and Rada to the Republic authorities, expecting a job well done. But bureaucracy gets in the way. He's told that Rada must be handed over to a mysterious and powerful duo known as the Twins, who hold heavy political influence. Later that night, while mechanics are upgrading his ship for max speed, Mando's instincts flare up. He senses an ambush. He shoves Grogu and the mechanics into a hidden escape hatch just seconds before all hell breaks loose. Mando fights fiercely in the dark, but a sudden high-voltage shock drops him to the floor. As he fades out, he realizes he's been captured by the very people the Republic trusts. The Twins. The pit of despair. Mando is dragged all the way back to Shikari. The Twins stand over him, furious that he dismantled their entire operation. To break his spirit, they commit the ultimate Mandalorian taboo. They forcibly rip off his helmet. Mando fights like a cornered animal, but he is overpowered and hurled down a massive dark shaft into an underground subterranean lake. The water isn't empty. Terrifying aquatic monsters swarm him. Mando fights for his life in the dark, but an absolute leviathan rises from the depths, ready to swallow him whole. Just when it seems like the end, the ceiling blows open. Grogu and the mechanics have arrived with explosives. Knowing Grogu can't survive the climb, Mando orders the kid to run, while he stays behind, acting as human bait against a fresh wave of guards. Mando wins the firefight, but his battered, poisoned body finally gives out and he collapses. The child's loyalty. As a venomous insect crawls up to deliver a fatal sting to the unconscious Mando, a tiny green hand snatches it. Grogu eats the bug whole. The kid didn't run. Using the Force, Grogu heals Mando's deepest wounds, camouflages his body under a pile of leaves, and even negotiates with a bizarre local creature to get an antidote for the poison. The next morning, the rejuvenated duo steals a rusty, broken-down ship to make their escape. But the Twins are watching. They shoot the junker out of the sky, sending Mando and Grogu crashing violently into Hutt territory. The final stand. Surrounded by the Twins' private army, Mando prepares for his last stand. The enemy deploys 2 towering combat mechs to crush him. But Grogu isn't sitting this one out. Using the Force, the kid launches himself into the cockpit of one of the giant robots, hijacking it and smashing it directly into the other mech. While Mando pushes forward to assassinate the Twins, Grogu uses his powers to shatter Rada's chains. Free and absolutely enraged, the giant Hutt turns on his former captors and brutally defeats the Twins himself. Just as the dust settles, the loyal mechanics arrive with heavily armed Republic backup. The entire compound goes up in flames as our heroes finally escape the cursed planet. Back at the Republic base, Mando demands to know why they sent a rescue team. The commanding officers look ashamed. They admit that under interrogation, Commander Coin cracked. He revealed that the Twins were never allies. They were top-tier Imperial spies, feeding Republic secrets to the Empire the entire time. Mando's instincts were right from the very beginning, and with that revelation, the epic adventure comes to a close.